son-in-law and daughter is with that same system. And it's just easier to do that than do both, I guess. We have the equipment to be able to do it. So anyway, we run about 600 acres of corn a year that we have that system on. And I mean, it's working pretty well. I don't know that our yield is top, you know, but the guys at 20-inch rows are maybe pushing the yields a little bit more, but I'd say we're within a couple percent of the 30-inch rows in the area, yield-wise. And I sure love, you guys were in that soybean field, I sure love the ability to come back and plant green into that rye and have that corn residue for mulch also. So I'm in a happy spot, honestly, right now with it. Now, where I'm at 3-4 years from now, I don't know. But I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at right now.
I think, can I add to that too, though, that Joe, I think it's really important to note too that when you started this process, you did it on one field. You know, you didn't take the whole farm 60-inch, but you did one field, and then you played with the spacing on that twin row from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 inches, right? Spacing between the twin rows.
Yes.
So I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit too.
So that field we were on, the radish field, the last stop. 2 years ago, Abby was out here. We had a soil pit. We had a field tour out there, and I had that entire 80-acre field in different row spacings, from 2, 4, 6, and 8-inch spacing on the corn rows. And I did that to get some yield data, my own yield data on where I wanted to be. Also, I didn't know how I was going to harvest. I was very concerned about harvesting that twin row in one corn head row. But it turned out where the 6 and the 8 had the same yield, and they were significantly better than the 2 and the 4. So we just stuck with the 6, and the harvest is very efficient.
I'd just add to that. As you start down this soil health and regeneration path, I would not recommend you jump into something like that immediately. It's way more important to get your soil health moving in the right direction. Grow a cover, because what tends to happen, some people go with they jump into this intercropping right away. You're not going to cycle enough solar energy in this type of system to drive the whole system. And what happens often is they'll go to something like this, plant those covers in between, but they don't have the soil health in order. They haven't taken care of weed issues. And then what do? Do they spray and kill off all the cover in there, or do they go and cultivate? What do? We would much rather see you get down the pathways before you start experimenting. And Abby's absolutely right. Small step at a time.